All right, YouTubers. So, got a full tower in front of us. This is a Gamer Storm MACUBE 550. First time I bought a case from these guys, so it'll be interesting. This is actually one of my son's Christmas gifts. He wanted a bigger case for whatever reason. He actually had a full tower, but this thing is way bigger, if you can believe that. So somewhere in the video I'll probably grab my Matrix 50 and put that in front of it so you can see this. Now, as far as unboxing goes, which was in the title, that'll be at the end of the video, since it's more of a Christmas unwrapping, and some of you may or may not enjoy it. So I'll put it at the end, and we're just going to jump right into it. So let's get this thing open. Let me make sure I'm zoomed out far enough. So directions over here on how to open it. This is appears to be magnetic. So you are actually going to pull away to break that magnetic seal and then lift up. So I've had some cases that have done some similar things. I actually don't believe I've had one quite like that. Wow, this is nice and big. Let's have to back it up a little. So it did come with the instruction manual, and the print's super small. We will take the back, well, excuse me, it'd be the right hand access panel. We'll take that off. I may take the front off if I can figure it out, and we'll see what we can disassemble, but it's supposed to be able to at least take those components out, right? So we may need a screwdriver, and I'm actually, let me go ahead and try and get the back off. So hopefully everybody is enjoying their holidays. It's a few days after Christmas now, and surprisingly I did not get to making this video earlier. I was kind of excited about this one. Man, things really on here, folks. There we go. Okay, so we got that off. Now this is different also, the way that looks. And I probably should have gave you guys a shot of it from the other side, but I think in the unboxing video you will get to see what it looks like. So, like I said, a lot of space in there, and let's go ahead and look at this. We'll start with the front. What I see in the front, pretty much you've got a steel. Yeah, this is steel. Nothing here. There's the logo. You're obviously not going to be able to see through this. So let's look at the top. This is where your USBs are, and I haven't looked at this yet, but I would assume these guys are at least USB 3.0s. There's your reset button, power button, mic, and it's probably the headphone jack. It says audio, and then there's probably a power LED light. So I'll quickly turn this around and look at the back before we get into the main portion of the video. So obviously ATX, we'll talk about, maybe I'll grab a motherboard if I have one available so you can see what it looks like. But comes with one case fan, and that would appear to be a 120 millimeter one. I think I can just about see 120, plus it looks like 120. This is where your heat shield's going to go. This actually looks like it was manufactured quite well, so I would assume there won't be any problem popping that in there. Obviously, this is location for your PCI cards and it's got one of these little covers on it. I don't know, we can take that off. It may lock them down without having to put screws in. This looks to be an additional vent over here, and obviously this is where the power supply would go. Alright, looking at the back side, and I'll do this at an angle, there is some, oh well, so that is weird how that just kind of floats. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. Okay, so there is obviously a cavity in here. Some of them have it built into the access panel, but this one, you know, the case is basically that much wider so that you can route all your cables. This is really nice, folks. Nice big, I don't want to call them hooks, but areas where you can route your cable ties, or you know, if you use these instead, but you'll have it pretty easy there. So since the cables are on this side, let's talk about what we get. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot, which is kind of nice. So this will be your USB 3.0. So you will hook this into your motherboard. Only one of these, which is not surprising because it only has the two USB 3.0s. If you had four USB 3.0s, you'd probably have two of these, like some of the newer ones. This is probably HD audio. Yeah, HD audio. There is not going to be not going to be a USB 2.0 one of these, because there isn't one on the front of the case, right? Now these are all your standard case connectors, so this is going to be a lot easier to hook this case up, and hopefully my son wasn't expecting more. Now I do have a really awesome full tower case that I bought that's got a lot of bells and whistles. I gave him the option of taking that one if he didn't like this, but I think he wants this one. So case connectors, power switch, reset switch, power LED, and this doesn't have the HDD. So, you know, if you're out there and you're wondering, oh, how do I connect this? Well, you're going to connect these just like you would if you have the HDD. You just won't put an HDD in there. So, same process. Watch my video on case connectors. And even though I don't note that there are other options out there for it, you know, check your motherboard. Usually it's imprinted how to do it, but not too difficult. I say that, not too difficult, not the easiest either at times. Alright, so that's what you got there. Now let's go ahead and turn this around. Before I do that though, you see this awesome access here. If I had a motherboard in here and I'd already installed it and I was using that crappy Intel fan or the AMD Wraith, later I want to add a CPU cooler, I want to overclock, or I just want to keep my computer cooler, you don't have to pull the motherboard out on something like this. You'll be able to access it from the back in case your CPU cooler has something that connects on the back of the motherboard to support it. Alright, so you can see from the back 2.5 inch trays there, and this one, oddly enough, there is all this space but not a tray for your 3.5 inch drive. I'm kind of surprised by that. So we did get a box that came with it. Let's take a look at that. And there you go, folks. So oddly enough, this did not come attached. So I'm not sure where this fits in at, but I would assume, I hate to make assumptions, but there are two 3.5 inch trays here, and they obviously will fit somewhere. Where that is a good question. I don't see where they bolt in down there, but yeah. So we'll check out the directions and make sure that I don't give you any bad information. Alright, so before we really get into the rest of it, over here you can see you can put case fans in here. So to do this, obviously, I would have to pop the front off, and just so you can see it, you know, you're going to be able to put three. These are 120 inch. Boom, boom, boom. So these actually have lights. I wasn't sure if my son actually wanted to have lights. But let's see if I can pop the front off. If this is like, yeah, this is going to be like the Matrix. I've got all these returns. So basically, there, you pop it off that way. So hopefully you caught that easy enough. And this, oh nice, this does not have cables attached to it because the top is connected. So looking at the front panels a little better, this has a filter on it, okay, and there's some venting. So if you look at that from the side, there's vents on here. So this is actually pretty nice. A lot of it's very thick though. I don't know if that'll impede airflow. You know, it may or may not, but it does have at least filter to help keep the dust out, and those side gaps let all the cool air in. Because obviously when you design this, or excuse me, not when you design it, but when you build your computer up, you're going to want to have your airflow. These fans pushing air this way. This one does not have, wow, I didn't notice that. A lot of the great cases I've been doing have the openings in the top with additional location for fans and magnetic filters. And you see there is none in there. So the only way you're going to get the air out is pushing it out this way. So that is, that's actually kind of a negative, folks. I may actually, I don't know if I'm going to build this for my son now. I might have to get him a different one. Alright, so these guys, where are these going to go? That's a good question, right? Hopefully they're hidden. I don't know if I really like the fact that that is open like that. That's kind of an odd thing. And why that is, I don't know. So I would imagine, you know, these could probably, this is another location for fans, right? So you can get 3 more fans in. I don't know. I'd have to read up on this. You know, obviously you would probably want to push the hot air out that way since you don't have a place to push it out the top. This does not give you that information. Now this does have different ways to mount your graphics cards. And okay, so I misspoke earlier. Somebody would probably catch me on this. This is another location for graphics card to mount it vertically, and you would use a PCI Express ribbon cable, which we have those here on the channel. I don't know if mine's long enough. In case you wanted to have a graphics card there, or if for whatever reason you were running 2 graphics cards. So 2 locations, at least 2 locations for graphics cards, probably 3, right? You can have one here, here if your motherboard supports it, and then a 3rd location there. All right, so yeah, radiator wise, on the front, you could go with 3 of those 120 millimeter fans. You can do 3 120 millimeter fans, or you can do a 350 millimeter radiator. Now this section over here, These guys. All right. Not sure where that broke off. So over in this section, which they refer to as C in the directions, you can have 320 millimeter fans there, or 340. Okay, so the first slot pattern is probably the 120s. Let's see. Yeah, and then the next one up is 140. So you can get some big case fans in there, which I may just do. I may just go buy some new ones. So this thing, this will support obviously at least 7 fans, and then less than that if you you replace them with radiator fans. Now, what else do we have? Let's try and figure out this hard drive situation, folks. If the instructions. So far we've pretty much taken this thing apart to look like that, and it would appear here is a spot I would think for a 2.5 inch drive. I don't. I guess I see why they did that. Over here, you're not going to have the space to do it, so you'd have to stash your 2.5 inch drives on the back side. Now, do they tell me where I can put my 3.5 inch drives? That's what I really want to know. Okay, so we slap the 3.5 inch drive enclosures together, and then so this is a 2.5 inch, which is on the back, and then the 3.5 inch, it just doesn't tell you where it goes. Okay, folks, this is a goofy. It might go like that. I don't know if these stack on top of each other. No. I don't know. I can't tell you. That's one spot. And the picture does appear to show them stacked. So the only way to stack them would be, I would assume, to bring them together this way with 2 drives on them, and then find a location to put these, bolt the holes in from underneath. But hey, if you are watching this and you've got that figured out, go ahead and leave me a comment. I doubt I will watch somebody else's YouTube video, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll get somebody else a view and a like. But yeah, that's what I got, folks. So stay tuned for the unboxing portion of it, and thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you. Okay, Merry Christmas, son.
Oh, it's a box. A cube Mac. I can't read it. Is it a GameCube?
Yeah, sure, GameCube.
Okay. Is this a $3 billion?
Well, let's get it away from the tree so we don't break the tree. Yeah, it's an i9 with the RTX 2080 Super Ti. What'd you get there?
Lightning kit.
Oh, that's another nice present from courtesy of the free products we get here on the channel.
Yep. Come on, Brett.
Have you figured out what it is yet? Have you figured out what it is yet there, son?
No, my brain's too small. Knife open.
Well, you gotta put it up on its this side.
Right here.
I don't know how to use a knife, so.
Here, let me help you. God, you're scaring me, son. No, that's not the way to hold a knife. Here, you do that, okay?
Wait.
Then you do that, and then we come in here, we do a nice slice across the plastic, or the tape, that is, and boom, okay?
Is it a computer case?
Finally, you figured it out.
I knew that.
All right, so now we gotta put it on its side, okay? So you can slide it out.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, is this something
slide this thing out, huh?
Is this something keeping?
Yeah, I don't think I can send that one back.
Okay.
But that should be compatible with your iPad
Okay.
case, hard case, and a keypad.
Wait, how exactly should I pull it out? I'm not a professional.
Pull. I'll try and hold on to the carpet
Pull
or the
this.
cardboard. Yeah. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Careful. There's glass on this thing.
What was I holding on? Oh.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. What does that look like?
I don't know. It has plastic on. Can you lift that up? I'm too weak.
Pull that off. Okay.
This is tiring.
Oh, there's parts in the bottom of this thing. I wonder if there's any on the other.
How do I... Oh, do I rip it open?
No, it's not rip it open in case it's broken. All right, rip it open.
Oh. Okay.
So you got tempered glass, full-size tower, lots of
Well, why does this say to Brock from Santa?
don't worry about that yet, okay? It's not to be opened yet.
Oh, okay. It looks big. It's wide or long. I
What's
don't
the best
measure.
for that, Dave?
It's got more volume in it for cooling, and you can put more case fans in it.
Because he kept saying.
And it looks a lot sharper.
Because he was saying his was getting too hot all the time.
Yeah. So
What do you think, Brock?
It looks amazing.
Oh, okay.
now open it.
Especially when Dad water cools the computer. Right, Dad?
I don't know about that.
What?
It's part of the unboxing video.
Unboxed.
Really? You can't get that open? Are you kidding me? Hold the camera. Okay, there you go. What is that? Hard drive holder, looks like.
A hard drive holder.
And the instruction manual. So you'll have to read up on that instruction manual.
Okay.